Hello and welcome to Building Your T-Shirt Empire. My name is Cole and with me as always is Gavin. We are going to talk about why the lady down the street from you cannot find you on Google. This entire episode will be about making your local screen printing t-shirt shop number one in SEO. There's no reason in a small market why you shouldn't be like number one, number two ranking. Honestly, even in LA, I was always in the top 3, and that was a wildly competitive market.
Yeah.
There are some simple things we're going to teach you. It may sound overwhelming, but don't be overwhelmed because we are going to also give you a link to a checklist. So you can just start knocking these down one by one and you'll be ready to go. So look for that in the description. Gavin, What's your experience been like with Google search?
So with Google search and with SEO, I would say for me personally, when I first started, obviously we didn't rank. It took a little bit of while. After it took a while to get started, once we started getting leads in, it felt like, wow, this is a way better way to run business because your top of funnel is always has activity. You're getting phone calls, you're getting emails, right? And it's all because of work that you've done in the past, or your Google My Business was optimized, or your website was properly created. So it is, for small businesses, one of the more impactful work that you could do is do this SEO work.
Yeah, absolutely. And it all starts with keywords. Keywords. And not just keywords, but keyword phrases. Keywords matter because this is how people actually search. They do not search Jimmy's Tees because they drove past you like 30 days ago. What they do is they search things like t-shirt printing in Orange, California, or custom t-shirt tonight, or rush order tees now. Like that is the kind of phrases they're actually searching. And for you to figure out what it is that they're searching in your area the most often, you can use the Google Keyword Planner. It is completely free. They created it because they want you to buy ads on those keywords, but it's an incredible tool for SEO. It will show you the actual search volume. So you're seeing how many people are searching that on a monthly basis. And it'll also show you your competition. So you can see that certain brands are blatantly owning those keywords, typically with advertising. But you can use those same keywords and not even spend money on ads yet, just to make sure that your number one, number two search result underneath those ads that they're paying for.
In terms of like how to do it, like specifically how to do it, look, Google is still king, like when it comes to search. You know, there's a lot of different search engine out there. You got Google, you got Yahoo, you got Bing. If I'm a shop owner, I'm spending my time and resources on the Google platform. And first thing you would need to do is create a Google My Business profile, which is free, right? And when you creating this Google My Business profile, what you want to think about is how to set it up in a way where it could have the most impact. Here's what I think you should do. One is make sure that your business name is descriptive, right? Let's say you have John's Print Shop. So I don't like Cole says nobody's going to be searching for that. They're probably going to be searching screen printing near me, t-shirt printing near me. So you want to find a way to make your name matches as close as possible to what a search term would be. And a quick hack to do that is have your name be descriptive on your logo. Then you could use that name in Google My Business. So that's one thing. Also, those keywords that you found when you was doing your search is create a list of them and use them in your description inside of Google My Business. So when you are writing the description, literally put that in your description. I found a website, Google My Business profile of a shop that did a real good job of that. This is Printed Threads, the way that they set up their profile and the way that they did the description. They put what location it was in, what service they offer, screen printing, embroidery, retail, and fulfillment, retail finishing and fulfillment. Plus, they took the opportunity to expand on their brand and share a story. So it's a real creative way of just doing this thing. So you want to be impactful. Good, packing your keyword inside of your description, and on your name of your business, include a keyword if it's possible.
So Google My Business is definitely the number one step, but after that, the most important thing is going to be your website. If you want to see two examples of unbelievable SEO, go on to Rush Order Tees and go on to Same Day Custom. Those two companies kill it in SEO. In fact, you've probably seen them outrank you in your own city, even though they're on a completely other coast from you. So Rush Order Tees is ranking because they do an incredible job of putting those keywords in their title tags, their meta descriptions, and their image tags. You're going to be wanting to put things like number one t-shirt printing in Orange, California on your actual website. I've seen too many websites where what they're putting is Jimmy's Tees, hey, fill out this quote and I'll give you a price on the t-shirts. And then that's their whole website. There's no information there. You'll see that the best websites actually have a bunch of information they know that you will never read. So it might say, hey, click here to request a quote at the very top. But underneath that, they have about sections, FAQ sections, customer stories, industry trends. And they know that you're probably not scrolling to the bottom of that website, but they also know that Google is reading every single letter.
Yeah.
And because of that, filling your title tags and your meta descriptions with these keywords and also writing a large amount of content on your pages will help you rank higher. For the content optimization, you want to think about keyword-focused content, and it has to have city-specific information. So don't just tell a story of how you got a rush order out. Tell the story of how you got a rush order out to Anaheim, California in 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're writing a blog post about what is essentially your customer's dream. Hey, I'm in Anaheim. I need something in 48 hours. When they search it, they realize that you've already written an entire story about how you've done that for a different client. That's the kind of content on your website and in your blog that is going to blatantly help you rank higher.
Yeah. And while we're here on the website, a few things that you should not overlook and that you should be thinking about in order to optimize your SEO to get you to rank higher is how you're using the headings on your website. So Google give priority to how you structure this. So for example, there's heading, they call it H1, H2s, and H3s. This is how bold the letter shows up on your website. So H1 is the biggest one. Obviously, you cannot overdo it because Google will see that, but it will prioritize the H1 and it knows that's the headline, right? So you want to make sure that you properly use that. That's where you want to put keywords on those H1s and also put your city, right? Because a lot of us are local-based economy, and that's where you're getting your business from. So take advantage of that. Do not waste those H1. H2s and H3s, you want to use those for like secondary words or related keywords or long tail. That's where you want to put those words in. So that way, again, when the machine is crawling and looking for what website to push out, it could read those real simple. A couple of other things just to optimize your site, you want to think about your alt tag. So if you have a picture on your website, it's likely Google will not be able to see that right away. So you have to tell Google what that picture is about. And one way that you do that is is actually naming that picture. It's called the alt tag in the website creation world. For example, if you have a pile of shirts that you are going to use in your website, you might want to say, hey, custom t-shirt printing /city.jpg. That's how you could name that picture, right? And you want to make sure that the picture is not heavy. Reduce it to make sure the speed, because Google will punish you if the speed is slow, and a heavy picture will make your website slow. So you want to make it as quick as possible. So the picture has to be high quality, but in a way where it's optimized, where it's not heavy as far as size, right? So let's talk a little bit about Google My Business, how to optimize that even better, right? Again, stress the importance of, like, you want to, well, first of all, claim it. Like if you have a name, just make sure that you own it and it doesn't match somebody that's like close to you, because it might cause confusion out in the marketplace. So claim your Google My Business, go through the verification process. Google has some stuff to make sure that you are truly who you are. So go through that step. All right. Make sure the categories inside of Google My Business that you are properly putting the categories. So Google will give you a list of predetermined categories, what business that you are. So make sure you're putting those. You are also able to put pictures and videos in your Google My Business. This again tells somebody that's looking at your page that you are a real shop, you are a real person, and that they could trust you. So you want to use high quality picture there. You want to use videos that could tell a story. You want to be able to showcase your customer testimonials. So this is a great place. Do not take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the Google My Business, they also have a post feature. I've seen that a lot of shops think that this is pointless because they focus more on like an Instagram or a TikTok. And yes, people aren't like having a lot of fun on Google looking at Google My Business posts, but what it is it's free real estate on your Google search to say whatever it is you want to say. So you can post an update, a promotion, an upcoming event. You can have a clear call to action. And because you created that and your competitor did not, in the Google search result, your post will actually be visible. So they'll be searching for your business and they'll see, hey, 15% off first-time new customers, or get a hoodie for every 10 shirts you buy. Or you can have something like, hey, we're doing a 10-year anniversary party on Saturday, July 22nd. Come by and enter yourself in our raffle. All these types of things can be posted, and they're going to be seen on the Google search result without them even having to click onto your website. Not to mention, Google rewards you for being active. So even if you just decide to have posts get updated once a week as just a habit, you will see that Google sees you as a more active business, and they'll give you a higher search result for your efforts.
Yeah. So the next thing that you want to think about when you putting out your public profile, let's just call it that, you want to make sure that you are, I'll start like this. If you do not want to sell a t-shirt only to your friends and family and you want to sell to strangers, you are going to need to earn the trust of these strangers. And you're not going to be able to do it just by saying, well, I'm the greatest t-shirt printer ever. They will hear you and kindly just dismiss you. But the way that you do that is by having other people tell your story for you. And you could do that through reviews and testimonials. And you could do that right inside of your Google My Business profile. And I'll talk a little bit about how to even capture these reviews, because a lot of time that's usually where the breakdown happens. It's like, how do I do it? When should I do it? Okay, so let's talk about that. So first, have in your mindset to always try to capture these. Even if you don't need a testimonial right away, even if you don't need that review, if you have it as part of your system, you could create a backlog and then use it later on. So put that in your mind to capture it, because it is important. Optimal time to get a review is right after a sale and the customer is happy, right? So at that moment, you want to be able to strike and ask the customer. If you do it too early, the customer is not going to have an incentive to do it. If you do it too late, the customer is moved on to all the other thing that's happening in their life. And it's not that they don't care about you, but your time has passed, right? So you want to make sure that you get it within that window. If somebody's picking something up at your shop, and let's say a box of shirt, that to me is you have a super high chance of converting that person into a review. One thing I used to do when I ran my shop, if somebody comes in, I would get the box, I'll open up the shirt with them, like the first couple of shirts, and I could see their body language and reaction. That tells me how that customer is feeling right now. And if I hear the word thank you, that's my opening to go. I would ask them right away, hey, are you able to do a review for me? And to make it easy for your person that's there in front of you, your customer, have your links ready, have a QR code of your Google My Business profile, so they could just scan it, do the thing on their phone, and they're off to the races, and you got what you needed. So that's how I would do it. And
Yep.
make sure. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're right. Like, getting it while they're actually engaging with you is critical. If they say they're going to do it later, they won't. So, I mean, think of how many businesses you go into every day and you never leave a review for. So, blatantly asking them, like, directly is a really great way to get the reviews. And once you have the reviews, you want to leverage them to once again optimize your SEO. Using those reviews on your website is going to increase your credibility.
Yeah.
And also, it's more keywords, and that's what we want is keywords. So have your Google reviews embedded onto your actual homepage and create testimonials as blog posts. So you can talk about how Kathy came to your store. She needed this in 72 hours.
Yeah.
You completed the job, and you want to include not just the keywords and her story of you successfully doing it, but you also want to include city names in this. So it's Kathy from Anaheim. It's Brad from Whittier. These are the people that are going to be being your customers, like representatives. So they can imagine being a successful customer of yours because they're now hearing the story of past customers. So I think that the reviews is a huge deal. Also, Google My Business will rank higher as you get more reviews. So you'll see that a shop with maybe 65 reviews is going to blatantly do a better job than a shop with 4 reviews. Plus, people just trust you more.
Yeah.
Let's move on a little bit to the technical side. A lot of this is actually not something you have to worry about. If you're using a service like Squarespace, they already kind of set it up for you. But if not, make sure that you are optimized for mobile. I would say that far more than 70% of all searching is actually happening on people's mobile devices. Mm-hmm. You do not want your website to load all crazy because you designed it for desktop and completely forgot about phones. You need your website to be responsive. This means that the sizing of the images will automatically shrink properly to fit onto mobile. And if you're not sure if your website is set up properly, you can use Google's mobile-friendly test tool, which is once again free, and it will tell you about your site's performance. At the same time that you're looking into your optimization for mobile, we should talk about page speed. So page speed is how quickly your website is loading. You can potentially have a slow loading website for multiple reasons. There could be bad code, there could be huge video files, there could be huge uncompressed image files. So if you use the Google Page Speed Insights tool, it will tell you exactly what is slowing down your website, and you can literally just delete that item and have your website running faster today.
Yeah. One thing not to forget about your website is to really, the way that you structure the website is important, because a lot of time when you're building your website, it's like how you have a lot of stuff that's going through your mind and you want to share a lot of information. One tactic that I use is this thing that's called a junk drawer, which is really, think of like the footer area where you could embed a lot of stuff that people are naturally searching, and you could link off of those on your footer. And in your footer, you want to also include your business name, your address, your phone number, the time that you open, and it could show up on every page, right? So something like this, as simple as it sounds, is very powerful. A website that does a really good job of this is printavo.com. If you go to their website, you scroll down to the bottom, you will see that their footer is very packed in with keywords. They link off of it to different articles, and they have their business description and everything, contact information right there. So check them out to see how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And a part of that is the backlinking strategy as well. So building local backlinks with either businesses you already know or local directories is key to having you become more of an authority in the space. There are a ton of local business directories that are completely free. You may not think that anyone uses them, but that's not what matters. What matters is that Google sees your business all over the internet. Yeah. So I'm just going to list off some ones that are free that you could fill out the application for today. There's expertise.com, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Bing Places, LinkedIn for Business, Foursquare, BBB, and the Chamber of Commerce. And that's just a few to begin with. These local business directories are being seen by people, even though you don't think that people use them.
Yeah.
It is being seen on the internet. It will help your rankings, and it's completely free to be on these networks. So you should just spend 45 minutes and fill them all out, and you'll never have to do it again.
I don't think people understand the power of these, I would say, digital assets that's out there, that's all over the internet. It is literally like taking a sign in front of your put it right in front of your business, and everybody could see it, right? That's what these digital assets are. So whenever you have the opportunity to create a blog, collaborate with somebody else, do an event with an event organizer, you want to take advantage of that. A lot of one thing I used to do in my shop, because I was part of a community, I was able to, if there was an event happening, say at a church, I connected with the church to see what was going on, see how I could help them out. There was like food festivals to see if I could write for them, or if I could just do a quick little video, or I'll come to the event, I'll do a video for my business, and I'll just share that with them, just so if they want to use it or not. We got in the radio, and the radio, they have a huge platform, and the radio was able to pass that on to their audience while linking us. A couple of things that you want to think about, because you're going to have all these opportunities around you if you out there hustling and looking for folks. They want content. They need content, especially if you are an event organizer, you are in media. But they're going to want to work with you if you make it easy to work with you, right? What I mean by that is, let's say you are you have a one page where you could have all of your media links. So that way, whenever they have to share something, you could just share that one page PDF, or it could be a pre-written email, or it could be a pre-written text. You want to make sure that's readily available. Take it upon yourself to do the extra legwork, so that way they could just click on their side and post on your behalf, and you get the credit and you get the backlink. That has to be the mindset. Nobody will go out of their way to write, take 30 minutes to an hour to just write something about you. You have to do the work, and you make it easy for them to post it on their platform, because that's what you want, access to their platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we're talking about community engagement, I found that a lot of print shops end up either sponsoring local events, or they end up giving nonprofits discounts. That's great. You should do that. You should be encouraged to do that. Be a part of your community. But don't forget that your business is sponsoring it, and there has to be a win-win situation, not just you being nice. So you need to focus on events that will align with your target audience. This could be the local school fundraiser. This could be a community fair. This could be any of these events that actually hit your audience. But you want to ensure that your business name and website are prominently displayed in not only the items that you're potentially making for them, like the t-shirt, but on their website and on their like Facebook event pages. So when it's talking about the upcoming school fundraiser and you're giving all the t-shirts away, you want to make sure that they actually have a link to yourtshirtcompany.com on that event page, because that event page is going to be seen by 600 local people. And you need to have that citation to not only improve your SEO, but to also just to have people who are reading that post about the event realize, like, oh, this is the t-shirt guy who's helping everyone out. Secondly, there are email lists for every single one of these groups. It is no big deal for you to write a quick little message about your business and have that event organizer blast it to their email list. So they can say, like, exciting news, this is this year's t-shirt. We're so excited to be helped by yourtshirtcompany.com, who is going to be providing them at no cost, or who has given us a generous donation or whatever. That email blast is something that is incredible advertising. If you had to pay for that advertisement of like a personal recommendation to 600 local parents or business owners, you would be paying a fortune. But instead, because you're doing some sort of discount or some sort of deal with the community event, you're now getting that blast and on a personal, private level to the entire list. Better yet, some of these people will actually give you the list And with that list, you now have a way to reach out personally and a whole new sales and marketing channel.
Yeah, man, I think you've touched a lot here. Getting your website clean, getting your SEO cleaned up is where you want to put your effort. This is the way of doing business now. Like a small shop in a small town, and nobody know where you are or is able to find you. You're not. You're gonna be putting yourself in a lot of trouble. But if you could shift your mind to start adapting this, it is gonna be it is not a one-time thing, and you're gonna see it next week. Honestly, that's the wrong mindset. You need to put a consistent work, and it will pay off over time. You won't see it right away, but it will.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll put the checklist link in the description for you so that you can start going through this one by one. A lot of these things are not difficult. They are just time consuming and people don't end up doing it. So I would dedicate even 1 hour a week because in a year you'll have accomplished like 52 big pieces of internet content because you're knocking down this list repeatedly. A website with 30 something blog posts is going to wildly outperform a website that has been sitting there looking the same since 2008. It's just how it is. So make this something you're dedicated to. Even if it's 1 hour a week, you will start outperforming your competitors. And don't forget, ChatGPT exists and it can help you make a lot of this stuff a lot faster.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Adios.